welcome back to my channel. For today's Music Monday, we are going to be talking about my biggest vinyl ISOs. Which, if you weren't aware, ISO stands for in search of. So it's essentially like the biggest things on your wish list. So essentially it's my vinyl wish list. Now, I have way too many vinyl on my wish list. Let's take a gander at my Discogs and see how many I have on my want list. So I have 412 things on my want list in my Discogs. Also, make sure to stay till the end of the video because I will actually be showing you one of my #1 ISOs that I was finally able to pick off of Discogs, so stay tuned until the end. So without further ado, I say we get into it. If you've been watching my channel, specifically my music content, for like a little bit, you may have picked up on the fact that 5 Seconds of Summer is one of my favorite bands of all time. I'm in love with those men. Yep, they're amazing. I unfortunately was not able to pick up a majority of the colored pressings of their first couple of albums. I actually started becoming a fan of 5 Sauce. I think it was like late 2015, early 2016, I think. And they had only had their first 2 albums out at that point. And Sounds Good, Feels Good was my favorite album. It is still to this day my favorite album. There's 2 variants of this album besides the standard black, obviously, and that is a pale green color and then a pale pink color. I know the pink one was an Urban Outfitters exclusive, but the green one, I don't remember if that was a merch store exclusive or if that was also an Urban Outfitters. I was not that deep in the fandom yet, and so I do not know. But these are on my list as #1. In previous years, these 2 were going for like $200+. But recently, I've seen the price go down a little bit. But still, spending $100+ on a vinyl is a little crazy. And I'm a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for 5 Seconds of Summer, so I'm crazy enough to spend that price though, unfortunately. The pink pressing of Sounds Good, Feels Good is literally one of my #1s. It's top priority for me. Whenever I find a good deal and I have the money, I will be purchasing it. And surprise, surprise, the next vinyl is also 5 Sauce. And that is the orange Urban Outfitters exclusive pressing of Youngblood. Now, obviously, I was there for the whole entire hiatus and Youngblood release and everything. And so I, obviously was there when they released all the variants for this album, but I was in high school and so I was broke. But now the orange pressing is like impossible to find, and if you do find it, that one actually is pretty expensive. You typically can find the clear pressing that came in that like pack where it came with like a t-shirt and then the vinyl or something like that. That you can usually find more often than the orange pressing, but I need the orange pressing because I feel like it matches the vibe of the album so well, and I need it so badly. Now, the other 2 5 Sauce projects, or singles I should say, that I do need is the Easier floppy disk. Well, it's not like a floppy disk, but it's like essentially like a little piece of plastic. Not hard plastic, it's like, but the Easier 7-inch, that I need. And on top of that, I desperately want the Teeth 7-inch. But that also, for a 7-inch, is going for ridiculous prices. Like you're gonna have to pay $80 at least for it, which I think is absolutely crazy, and I hate that. I don't want to be paying that much. And then the other one that's like super rare and like you can barely even find it, but if you do, once again, it's gonna be super expensive, and that is the She's Kind of Hot EP. I love the She's Kind of Hot EP so much. The whole entire Sounds Good, Feels Good era is just everything to me. I literally love that EP so much. It's slept on. I love every track on it. I need it on vinyl, and it's a beautiful like red pressing too. Like, I just need it. Okay, now we're gonna be moving on to soundtracks, because a lot of the other things that are on the top of my like most expensive ISOs is soundtracks. And the #1 most rare and expensive is the Emma soundtrack, specifically the 2020 film. Oh my gosh, guys. Impossible to find. Even the standard black, okay? The standard black is even impossible to find, okay? And both of them are going for $230+ bucks, okay? Zolf has $0, okay? I cannot spend that much money. Even though Emma is like one of my favorite films of all time, I literally cannot be spending that much on a vinyl. And like, tell me why it is so rare. I know it was a Mondo exclusive, okay, and I need it. Please, if you know anybody who knows anybody who knows anybody who has it and is willing to part ways with it, please let me know. I am like desperate to get this in my hands because, as I said, it's like one of my favorite films of all time, and I need it. I need it as a film major. I need it, okay? I need it. Second one is something I actually surprisingly found out about recently. Like, I didn't know it existed, but I'm glad I found out that it did because it's actually not as expensive as I thought it would be. And that is the Grand Budapest Hotel single. If you don't know, Wes Anderson is one of my favorite directors of all time, and I plan to have all of his Criterion collection on DVD and all of the soundtracks on vinyl. The list goes on, okay? I love that man. So it's a 12-inch single, essentially, and it has 2 songs on them, which I didn't think that the soundtrack had that long of songs. My question is, why is it only 2 songs? Why have we chosen to not release the entire soundtrack? Which, hence why I have that in my movie soundtracks that should exist on vinyl video, which I will link up here. But literally, why did we not release the whole soundtrack? But anyways, it's a standard black 12-inch single, and then it has Boy with Apple as the cover, which I think is so hilarious, and I absolutely love that they did that. But I need the whole soundtrack. Speaking of Wes Anderson, for Record Store Day, I don't remember what year, they released a 10-inch of the Moonrise Kingdom soundtrack. Once again, love Wes Anderson, want to collect everything. But this one, because it was Record Store Day exclusive, is going for a crazy amount of money as well. Money that I don't exactly know if I'm willing to spend that much on essentially like 2 or 3 songs, you know. If I find it for a good price, I will snag it. The next 3 aren't expensive per se, but I just really want them. And the first one is the Pride and Prejudice soundtrack for the 20th anniversary, I think. They released a couple colored pressings and a bunch of like merch and stuff for the anniversary. And I think they first released the sea glass, like green variant, and then they released like a lavenderish purple variant, and then they have like a purple blue marbles type thing variant, and I just need one of them. That's all I'm asking for. I just need one of the 3 because Pride and Prejudice, once again, one of my favorite films, and it's one of the most iconic soundtracks of all time, okay? I need it on vinyl. Then going into another one of my favorite movies of all time, and that is Napoleon Dynamite. This is another one where I am totally fine with any pressing. I really liked the like blue marble Urban Outfitters one. That one was really cool. But I know for the 20th anniversary, they had released a like red pressing, and I still think they have that on their website. So I may in fact purchase that. And then the last soundtrack is going to be Stranger Things 3, specifically the like, I think it was the Target exclusive. It's like this red, white, and blue splatter. Oh, it's so beautiful. And obviously, if you haven't watched Stranger Things 3, it takes place during like the week of 4th of July. And so having the red, white, and blue splatter is just like perfect. And eventually I do plan on trying to get all of these soundtracks for Stranger Things because Stranger Things is my favorite show of all time. So I need all of them on soundtrack, but I'm essentially just missing Stranger Things 3 and 4. So, okay, now we're moving into more like pop, rock, kind of just normal artists, if that makes sense. So we're gonna start with some of the ones that technically aren't going for like super expensive. It's just like whenever I find it at my local record store or whenever I find it at a price that I'm okay with paying, you know? And the first one is Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins. Oh my gosh, I love this album so freaking much, and I just need it on vinyl. Next one, also just a standard black, I'm fine with getting, and that is Disintegration by The Cure. I just recently got the Greatest Hits album, Record Store Day exclusive, which my Record Store Day haul will be up here, linked up here somewhere. But Disintegration specifically is my favorite album of theirs, and I've been meaning to get it on vinyl for a while, so once again, it's just like whenever I find it at a price that's decent. Another rock album that I really need is Hysteria by Def Leppard. I love this album so much, but once again, sometimes because I think it's their most like beloved album, it can be a little bit pricey, at least for it being a standard black and it not being like anything special, right? So just waiting for the right price. And then lastly, kind of in this category, this one actually is slightly more rare just because the band itself is a little more niche, I would say, and that is Spilt Milk by Jellyfish. I have their first album, Belly Button, but I still need Spilt Milk, and that's the one I grew up listening to the most. Like, that's the one my parents would play most of the time as opposed to Belly Button, so I need Spilt Milk because it's so good. The next one I just need to like complete all the artist discography, and that is Tell Me That It's Over by Wallows. I have the Nothing Happens RSD exclusive, like 5-year anniversary thing, and then I have Model, but I still don't have Tell Me That It's Over. Obviously, I also want the Spring EP, and I forget what it's called, but it's like the blue cover with like the orange ping pong ball, and it's like the singles thingy. I want to get those two as well, but specifically I want Tell Me That It's Over because literally one of my favorite songs of theirs is At the End of the Day, so obviously I need Tell Me That It's Over. I specifically want the Urban Outfitters like Periwinkle. I would also be fine with their merch store like Pale Yellow as well, but considering the model pressing that I have is like it's like the sunset marble where it's like red, orange, and yellow, I kind of want the Periwinkle since it's like, it's just also really pretty. I don't have a periwinkle pressing in my collection yet, so I just really want it. So another one I really need to get is Depression Cherry by The Beach House. I love this album so much, and I'm so sad that they are not releasing the vinyl anymore with like the fuzzy cover. But now it's like this like almost like holographic, like shiny cover. I don't mind a little holographic jacket moment. Like, I don't hate it. I still feel like it goes with the vibe of the album, but something about the fuzzy cover is just so iconic and I kind of want that, you know? But as far as pressings go, I just want a colored variant. I'm totally fine with just like the translucent red. I think Urban Outfitters had the translucent red for a bit, but I think it like sold out. I'll probably have to just buy it on Discogs or Mercari or something, which is fine. That's been an album I've been meaning to get in my collection for a while. Next is Wet Leg's debut album and self-titled album, Wet Leg. And there's a couple colored pressings in this one, but I specifically want the yellow pressing. This album is just so freaking good. I just love it so much, and I just need it in my collection. And I feel like the yellow, I feel like out of all the color pressings, I feel like fits the best with the album in my opinion, so I really want to get that one. On a similar vein, we have Wolf Alice's The Clearing. I actually talked about this in my record store day haul because I got the Wolf Alice 7-inch, and I just want the whole album. I specifically want the Coke Bottle Clear pressing because it's just so gorgeous, and once again, I feel like it goes with the album very well. I just need it. Now we're getting more into the pop girlies, and I say girlies relatively because there are some men in here, but you know, girly pop is a state of mind, all right? Number one on my pop girly list is the Coke Bottle Clear for Snow Angel by Renee Rapp. I, once again, love this album so much. I know I'm literally saying that for every one of these, but it's true. And I literally only have Everything to Everyone, and it makes me a little sad because as much as I love that project, Snow Angel I think is her best work, and I desperately need it. I need it right now. Speaking of Coke Bottle Clear, I desperately am in search of the Lust for Life by Lana Del Rey Coke Bottle Clear pressing. This may be an unpopular opinion, okay? But Lust for Life is my favorite Lana Del Rey album. Very close second is obviously Born to Die, duh. But like, something about Lust for Life I just love so much, so I need it. And specifically, I think the Coke Bottle Clear goes with the aesthetic of the album in my opinion. And also, surprisingly, I don't have a single Coke Bottle Clear in my collection. I obviously need them, so there you go. Another girly pop that we love so much is Ash, and specifically her album Ray. I want to get the Urban Outfitters exclusive, like reddish, orange, marbly vibe. I desperately want that. I have wanted it for the longest time because Ray is my favorite album of Ash's, and I need it. Oh my gosh, speaking of Ash, I desperately need the To All the Boys I Loved Before soundtrack, because they don't have a soundtrack for the first movie. They only have a soundtrack for the second movie, and I think they have one for the third movie too. But I need both of those as well, because To All the Boys I Loved Before, literally one of my favorite films of all time as well. A little bonus entry there for you. Honorable mention, if you will. And the next one is going to be Sad Songs from a Hotel Room by Joshua Bassett. I think this is his best project ever. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Golden Years, and it makes me sad because I loved Sad Songs from a Hotel Room. I love every track on that, and also his like little Crisis Secret Set Me Free. That also fire, amazing. Okay, which by the way, we need like a 7-inch, 10-inch, whatever single of that, because I love those songs. But I desperately need Sad Songs from a Hotel Room. Alrighty, and then last for this video is the Stick Season Will All Be Here Forever. There's like a couple different color variants of this. The only one that I can find for a sort of decent price is the like tannish translucent one. Well, it's still going for like 70-80 bucks. And once again, I know that it's a triple LP, but I know that it's like a more beefy pressing, but still I'm like, I don't want to have to pay that much, even as much as I love Stick Season, you know, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay, but that is it for my ISOs for now. Of course, there's a couple more, which if you would like to see my whole entire want list, I'll definitely link my Discogs in the description so you can look at that if you'd like. But we have a little addition. As I said, I'm a huge Stranger Things fan. I fully listen to and support all of the Stranger Things actors in all their endeavors, including their music project. Joe and Finn are my two favorite musicians to come out of Stranger Things because their work is just right up my alley. But Calpurnia specifically, I love, and I've been meaning to get their EP on vinyl for the longest time. I specifically really wanted the smoke green variant. That I think was the variant that was signed or something, and so it's like impossible to find, and if you do find it, once again, it's ridiculous prices. Well, recently I saw that they had another colored variant, which is, I think it's called like Swimming Pool Blue. It's like this blue translucent with a little bit of blue smoke in there, and it's gorgeous. And I found it on Discogs for a really great price, and so I decided to purchase it. So guys, we have it. Now normally I would like keep it in the box it came in and like open it with you guys, but this was my first Discogs purchase, and so I was really scared I was gonna get scammed, and so I had to open it to make sure that it was okay, and lo and behold, she is here, she is okay, we didn't get scammed. So this is their EP Scout, their only project besides their single Self, and it's so good. If you have not listened to Calpurnia, go listen to them, especially if you're into indie rock. It's just, it's so good. Like literally Greyhound is one of my favorite songs of all time. Anyways, which by the way, it did come in an outer sleeve and an inner sleeve, so we love that. And it's still in its shrink wrap, which at first I was gonna like, you know, take it off and then take the hype sticker off and put it on its outer sleeve. But it's one of those stickers that is completely stuck to the cling wrap, the plastic or whatever. So we're not messing with it, it's staying on. Guys, look at this disc. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can see the little wisp of darker blue in there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And then when you have it on my white slip mat, which you can see obviously with the rice paper of this sleeve, it like it stands out even more. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And then amazingly enough, it still had, it's like, you know when vinyl used to like come with like a little digital download card in it? It had that in there, and it still like worked. I was still able to download it, which is amazing. But it also comes with this cutie little poster that I'm going to show you guys. Look at them! They're so cute! Like, look at young Finn. Aww. But yeah, this is Calpurnia. Love it. And there's cute little like doodles and stuff. I may at some point hang this up in my room, but currently I do not have any more wall space. So, but yeah, that's Scout. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what your biggest vinyl ISOs are, and if any of the ones in today's video are also something you are looking for. If you would like to see more music, vinyl, and movie content, make sure to hit that subscribe down below and make sure to like this video. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next one, because that's all, folks.